How's it going, everyone? WildeThang here with another Crucible weapon review. In this review we are going to be taking a look at one of the low impact sniper rifles available to purchase in the tower. This sniper rifle has got a bit of a tough name and I've tried to pronounce it multiple times now and I don't know how to actually pronounce it, so I'm just going to say it's the Antinomy or the Antinomy. I don't know which is which. But anyway, it's the New Monarchy sniper rifle and you can purchase it for 150 marks from the vendor in the tower. The current roll on the tower vendor option is very good and it comes with the better scope out of the three that you can choose from. I personally had my first one dropped from a package, but it had the Raptor and the long range scopes. I prefer the Scout one. You'll see a mixture of the Raptor and Scout scopes in this review, as I managed to get a second sniper to drop with the Scout scope instead of the long range one whilst recording clips for this review. So you'll see a little bit of a mixture. So before we get into the Crucible side of the review, let's quickly take a look at the different scopes available for this sniper rifle. There are only 3 available, so you don't have much of a choice. The Raptor and Scout scopes are both perfect for PvP, whereas the long range one is better for PvE, or by some chance you get dumped on those ridiculously large Crucible maps. So starting off we have the ATD Raptor. Now I personally would prefer a simple red dot instead of a large circle as you see on this scope. The scope zoomed in a little too far, but it does highlight enemies with low health. This is a perfectly good scope if you can't get the Scout scope. But as I mentioned, you can purchase this sniper from New Monarchy and it will have the Scout scope. It will just mean spending 150 marks on it. Next up we have the ATA Scout scope. This is a better scope to use if you're a quick scoper and prefer a more snappy scope. The one you can purchase from New Monarchy, like I said, does come with a great roll and also comes with this scope. The scope feels a lot better than the other scopes, but I'm still not liking the circle reticle. I would definitely prefer just a simple red dot, but this scope does feel a lot quicker, a lot more responsive than the other two, and I feel like a lot more people will be using this scope over the other two. And last up we have the ATB long range. This scope is a long distance scope with increased range and slower handling. This scope is perfect for PvE rather than PvP obviously. The reticle design is very similar to the Steel Piercer scope. I prefer the reticle on this scope to the other two, but it's unfortunate that it's a long range scope. And the scope just feels really slow and clunky, and it's perfect for PvE. It's probably good for raids, or I don't know, maybe even if you could probably use it if you're on one of those massive Crucible maps, but I wouldn't use it personally. So now I'm just going to show you all 3 scopes on the screen at once so you can see the difference and you can see how quickly they aim down sights and the different styles that you have there, and obviously how far they zoom in and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully you'll get an idea as to what each scope is like. Okay, so on to the best bit. Is it good in the Crucible? Yes. I think any sniper is good to use in the Crucible. Obviously it depends on the perks and the scopes you may have, but each sniper is fun to use. I personally would not use this sniper in a 3v3 playlist or trials because I like to be able to res snipe enemies, and this weapon is low impact so it won't res snipe. I had fun using this and getting used to another scope for a change rather than using my 1000 yard stare or Steel Piercer all the time. You may find it difficult to use this sniper as it probably doesn't have a scope you are used to. I felt like I was missing quite a few headshots, and I think it was just down to not being used to the sniper and the scopes. I personally wouldn't suggest spending 150 marks on this sniper unless you really had nothing else to buy. I always waste my marks on legendary engrams in hopes of getting the perfect roll on the 1000 yard stare. Using the sniper, it felt very light compared to my 1000 yard stare. I can't quite explain why. Maybe you've experienced it yourself if you've been using this sniper. It just feels light in a certain way. It just feels, I don't even know how to explain it. But like I said before, it was definitely fun playing around with a different sniper rifle. It's always nice to mix things up, make it fresh, just do something different. The overall design of the sniper rifle is pretty cool as well. It's not the designs we are used to from year 1, which is also a nice change. I also love red guns and was a huge fan of the New Monarchy Prudence sniper rifle back in vanilla Destiny. So overall, I enjoyed using this sniper. I would only use it in a 6v6 playlist just because I wouldn't have to worry about getting res sniped. So if you have some spare marks or you're close to leveling up New Monarchy and this drops for you, then do give it a go. Just try it out, have fun with it in 6v6. it might freshen up Destiny for you, and it's always fun to try new things. So that's it from me. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next one.
Like a Hellcat.